everyone, today I am going to be doing another Small Victory picture. This is Johanna Basford's Small Victories. We're going to be doing this cupcake. Again, it's like yesterday's video. It is just a small random picture that we can make look quite festive, and yes, I do have the intention of doing this whole page as a series, but I've just picked out this particular one that looks Christmassy with its little stars, and we're going to do that one today, and then the others will be a series somewhere later along the line. As I explained yesterday, I've got a lot going on, as has everyone. And I thought doing just a few quick smaller ones, which is obviously what the book is intended for, would be good. It'll give you time to catch up on other videos that you may not like. The planner pages have been quite complex and things like that as well. So the stars I'm going to do, oops, I'm going to drop a pencil apparently. I'm going to do some gold and some silver, and that's where we're going to start. I have my Staedtler design journey pencil, so I've got a bigger choice of colours than I did yesterday with the Ergosoft, but the colour numbers are the same, so they transfer across. I'm just looking at my greys, trying to decide what to choose. I'm going to choose 83, the Dove Grey, for the silver star, together with 800. But if you don't have this set with so many colours, you could just use your 80 and 8 and that would work well, but I just want to try something a little bit different. So I'm going to do some silver stars, starting with the darkest grey, the 83. There we go. So I used to make all sorts of sweet treats for Christmas. And when my children were in their primary school, so that's from 4 to 11, this one. So I'm just putting a little bit into the point and then trying to just fade it in a bit. We used to always have a Christmas market and a Christmas cakes, Christmas fair. And so I was always baking cakes, and what we used to do, the children loved any cake with icing and sweets. So switching to my lighter colour, in this case the 800, which is the cool grey, and just trying to still leave a little bit of white in the middle. And so I would make cupcakes, usually either vanilla or chocolate, and ice them with some buttercream, and then on the top, no, I wouldn't use buttercream because it was really difficult to keep it looking nice on the way to school. So I would actually use a sort of water icing, icing, sugar and water. Or sometimes, would you put a bit of milk in? I can't remember. Trying to make it. No, that's buttercream, you use milk. Oh goodness, it's been too long. And so I would make, I've only got 2 gold. Oh, that's okay. So I would make that. Here is the beginnings of our gold, 77 tobacco brown. We just want the tiniest bit in the dip, and then I would find some Christmas sweets, usually Haribo, which are just like a jelly sweet. They would often have a Christmas themed one out, and I would just buy those. And although I think they're horrid and I would never normally buy them, I'm just looking for my next colour. 73 I'm going for, the burnt sienna. The kids love them. The cakes with those on always sold out, so that's what we did at 73. And the Christmas fair would be in term time, in the daytime, and the teachers would bring the children along. They would all be sent to school with a purse with a certain amount of money, and we would say how much. I think it was a couple of pounds, not too much. And then every child would get to go and see Father Christmas and chat to him and get a present. And they would only pay, this is number 16, a little bit of money to see Father Christmas. That would be partially subsidised by the rest of the fair. And if they didn't have any money, they could go anyway, Now those silver stars aren't looking right for me, so I'm going to go back to my 83 and do a bit of fiddling. I think they need to be much darker on that tip and then a bit more coming in. And we also used to send a margarine tub, washed out and clean, with every child and home, and ask parents to fill it full of things, not sweets. So you could put in old toys, you know, little tiny things, marbles and bits of Lego and all sorts of different things like that. I'm going to go back to my 800 now. And those would come back in for sale. So we would sell those, I think, for 50p as well. So the kids could just pick one that they like. Sometimes they would be wrapped right up so you couldn't see. And sometimes they would just be covered over with a bit of clear wrapping so the children could see what was in it. And sometimes they wouldn't be wrapped at all. So the kids could just pick something that they like the look of. Now I'm choosing a colour for my icing. I quite want something really light, like a cream colour. We have a light yellow, which is what I'm going to use. It's number 10. I don't actually have a cream in this set, or not in my set anyway. Now I'm going to put a light layer of this across the whole thing and then decide where I want it to be a little bit darker. So, and we would also have little games and things. I think we'd have the hook a duck, prize every time. That was a bit of fun. We would have a bookstore and a toy store and things like that where they could buy things as well as the cakes. And we would also, so if a child didn't have any money, they would be given a cake and they could choose a margarine tub of things and they could see Father Christmas. Because, you know, if they forgot their money, some teachers would lend them money until they remembered it the next day, and some teachers wouldn't, and we would just, it depends on whether they knew they were going to get it back, because they would know the families and the parents and whether it was just because they couldn't afford it, sort of thing. So that was really lovely to do. There we go. Now the cake itself, it's always tricky. What colour is cake? Well, it could be a chocolate cake, which I think makes them easier to colour. I'm thinking it's Christmas though, isn't it? Let's do a plain cake. I tend to, excuse me, start with number 16, our golden ochre, and put a light. Now you need to go lightly here because this isn't going to be the only colour. So we don't want it to look, we don't put any shine in it, we keep it even because cake doesn't reflect light like that. Now I want a significantly darker colour on here. So what should we get? 76. Oops, there we go, which is our Van Dyke brown. And what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to colour it. I'm going to do little sort of dots, because if you think about the texture of a cake, it's got like little air bubbles in it, so I think that will slightly darken it without it looking too dark. And then we want a little bit of shadow underneath the cream, so I'm just going to gently put a little bit of this along, but really carefully, slowly and gently, because I don't want a dark brown line. I just want it to look a little bit shadowed. So I don't do any of that anymore with the children being grown up, which is a bit of a shame. I could go and volunteer, but it feels a little bit weird. And my certificate is run out. We have to have one to be with the children, you know, Now, our cake case. I am thinking we want to keep the festive feel. So I'm thinking maybe sort of, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to share with you, I'm just going to do it. I am going to try and do a red and green striped cake case. I don't know if I can put it off, if it's going to work, so you might want to have a look first and see if you like it. It's going to be a sort of checkered, I think. So I'm going to use 52 for my green. This is the sap green. And I think I'll do the downwards first. It's going to be a little bit easy. We need to think about the fact that when a cake case is printed it's quite straight, but once it's on the cake it's not. So we need to sort of, I'm going to use these lines as a guide. So I'm going to actually fill in this section here like this. I'm not going to do it too hard because I want to put a stripe going the other way, and then here. So I'm hoping that Johanna has joined up, or her, I'm going to do one from this end. I'm hoping that these lines sort of line up, but there's a chance that they don't. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they don't. Okay. Right, let's do one in the middle, like that, and then sort of there. It's going to be a bit squashed. It's not going to quite look right. Okay. I'm going to ignore the lines a little bit. Use a bit of artistic license to just fill that in. There we go. So we have some lines. I may go back over those in a minute, but I'm going to do my red. And I'm going to do my red. Oops, I'm turning my pencil case the wrong way. I'm going to use 29, the carmine red. Oh, gone a bit squiffy, haven't we? To do an across, and this is a slightly more tricky. So I'm going to follow that this angle as best I can here, like that, and then leave a little gap. Do my next one. Like that. And round. And like that. Yeah, looks quite Christmassy. I think I need to make it more defined. So I'm going to go back over them now. I like, oops, the white gaps as well. I think it works. I only did it lightly to start with just to see if it was going to work properly. I don't know what I would have done if it hadn't, but you know, I have to hope. And I think the red and green gives it a sort of festive touch. And I'm going to do a little bit more with it. That bit I messed up, didn't I? Never mind. I got a bit confused. I'm going to do a little bit more with the stars before I'm finished. I think I'd quite like, I'm just going to try and erase where I've gone out the bottom with the green. There we go. I think I'd like some glitter around the edges of my stars. I quite like the idea of doing a bit of, whoops, a bit of gold on the gold and a bit of silver on the silver. So I'm just grabbing my pens. These are my Sakura Stardust glitter pens. You can use any glitter pen, a gold one or even a clear one. This is number 703 for those of you who want to do exactly the right one. And I'm just going to go around the edge of the gold ones. Now if you don't like the silver stars or if you don't like the gold stars, you can do them all the same colour. I just thought it's quite nice to do a bit of variation. This one is your 744, which is the silver one. And around here. Now we've got some dots drawn on here, but I think those are just the edges of the icing, so I'm going to leave those. You could put on some more decorations if you wanted, you know, some little red dots or green dots to make it look Christmas. Oh, don't want to go around that one. Oh dear, not concentrating. I'm getting a bit thirsty, thinking about going to get my drink. Just a bit naughty. Another thing you could do is make the paper case glittery. You could put your glitter glaze on there, but they aren't normally, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it. And yeah, I think I'll make that do for our Christmas themed cupcake. But as I say, with these as well, I will do the rest in a series but it won't be right away. I know I want to concentrate on more festive-y things at the moment. Let's just tip that so you can see the glitter. Okay, but there is that one. So that's an idea. I mean, you could make all the others festive as well if you want to. There's no reason why you can't use festive colours or, you know, different things to make them look more festive. But I'm choosing not to do that. I'm choosing to sort of dip in and out a little bit. But as I say, I will complete the series later, but members won't get anything extra. You know, normally I give members the whole series when I start it. That won't be the case with this because I won't be doing the rest anytime soon, probably next year. Sounds like a long time away. It really isn't. Anyway, I've gabbled on enough. Thank you for watching. I hope that's just a nice little one to give you a little taster for today. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a super day and happy colouring.